Dr. Greg Hall back again, this time to talk about breast cancer, right? So the classic health disparity in the United States, at least, is that African American women don't have the highest rate of breast cancer. White women have the highest rate of breast cancer. But what's crazy is African American women have the highest mortality, the highest death rate related to breast cancer. So how can a group of people that don't have the highest rate have the highest mortality? That's the problem, and that's what we need to address. So getting a mammogram, making sure you're up to date on getting that screening annually, really starting in your 40s, being proactive, particularly if you have it in the family. You want to make sure you know that you're at increased risk and you really want to screen because, as I've said in all these, if we find cancer early, it's treatable, it's curable, it's not a problem, right? You want to be able to find cancer early. You don't want to find cancer late. When you find it late, it's a disaster. When you find it early, it's treatable. When I started in practice years ago, people had mastectomies. Their entire breasts were removed because we were waiting until we found cancer when we could feel cancer. When someone felt a lump, they would come in. If I felt a lump, we would investigate. Waiting for you to feel a lump or the doctor to feel a lump is way too long. So mammograms can see little tiny changes in your breast that you can't feel, doctors can't feel, but the mammogram can see that. And that when it sees that tiny change, they can go in and take that out, and it's not a problem, right? It's nothing. It's not a disaster. It's something that's found early and treatable. So you want to be proactive. If something's abnormal on your mammogram, let's address it and take it out. I haven't had anyone have a mastectomy where they take the whole thing off in years. And so that's because we're being aggressive about people getting their mammograms, getting them annually. They're not fun, but everyone can tolerate it. I know I just heard a woman tell me, people talk so much about it and it was nothing compared to what they talked about because it's so horrible, right? And I know you're thinking, yeah, you don't have to get one, but that's fine. But remember, annual mammograms for people at risk, and African Americans, the highest by far mortality for something that actually occurs less than equal-aged white women. So let's just be healthy. Let's be proactive. Let's prevent something rather than all this reaction and live our best life. For more information, go to drgreghall.com. And if you need a multivitamin, and I know you do, go to sequencemultivitamins.com and get a bottle of GNetX Sequence Multivitamins for African American men, women, and men and women over 50. Take care.